Hi everyone, my name's Sarah. I am the face behind Tarot by Peachy. Hopefully most of you follow me on Instagram and have already met me at various events, but if not, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the April guidance for the signs video. So I'm going to be using my trusty Millennial Tarot deck. This deck is super fun. It's one I actually stock in my store as well. So if you like the cards as I go through, I'll drop the details for it in the description. But I'll go through each of the signs and get you a message for your sun, moon and rising sign. So listen to all three and let's see what April has in store for each of the signs. I love that this has avocados on it. It's so fun. So let's give the cards a good shuffle and then I'll start to pull the cards out. So as I mentioned, I'm using my Millennial Tarot deck to get you your tarot message, and just so that you guys have a visual on screen of which sign that I'm reading for, although I will include some timestamps on the video. I've got my Arcana of Astrology as well. Both of these decks are available on my website, along with a variety of other different decks that I've sourced from creators around the world. So please do check it out if you have 5 minutes, and if you are passionate about new and more kind of special tarot decks and oracle cards. There is a range of them at www.tarotbypeachy.com. But let's see what sign we're getting started with. So, upside down, well done. We're going to kick off with Pisces. Let's see what your message is. Okay, so I am loving this message for Pisces. We've got the Ace of Fields, which is your Ace of Cups. As you can see, it says swipe right. I absolutely love this deck. It's so fun. So this feels like a new sort of emotional connection coming in for you in April. And where we've got the Queen of Vibes, the baddie, this feels like this is something that you're very in charge with. This might be a spark that you yourself actually initiate. You're the person that's sort of chasing this down. It feels like you're very, very in charge of whatever this spark is. It is just the beginning, don't forget, so it's in that kind of tentative stage. So where we've got here the Hierophant, the Instagram guru, that's just a reminder just to keep yourself balanced, keep yourself grounded. Let's not get all wrapped up in thinking like long term with this. It's very much about, you know, focus on the here and now and acting on your passions to go after that spark. But it feels very, very positive. Just don't get too swept up in a daydream like you can be guilty of when it comes to these things. Okay, now it is time for Leo. 2 cards here, Leo. Your eyes will be drawn to right away. We've got the Devil and the Five of Swords, or the Five of Thoughts. These cards in this deck are called Fuckboy and Gaslighting. Now this might be connecting to a person or just a situation that you find yourself in over the month of April. It's not good for you. Mentally it's not good for you, physically it's not good for you, spiritually it's not good for you. It's very restrictive, it's very constraining, it's very manipulative, so be careful. Whatever this situation you find yourself in could be a little bit toxic, and it's really, really important that you listen to your intuition, listen to your sort of inner wisdom telling you the warning signs about this situation. You'll know it the moment you're in it. It just won't feel right, and you must do the thing that is, you know, if you feel like you need to back away, then back away. Follow your gut, listen to what that's telling you. It's trying to keep you on the right path. So if you do find yourself in a situation that is raising some red flags, whether that's with a person or a certain situation that you find yourself in, back away. I'm not saying, you know, abort mission completely, but it feels like you just need to sort of take that time to get away from them and listen to what's going on in your head about the whole situation. So watch out for this one. Over to those little scorpions next. We've got Scorpio. Scorpio, I hear a lot of voices in the room for you this month, and it feels like you might have some decisions, possibly quite important decisions, but maybe kind of a bit more kind of low level decisions that impact your day-to-day life. This is a decision that needs to be made by you and be carefully considered. While it is good to get the opinions of other people and get their experience and listen to, you know, what they would do, I think there's a little bit of don't let yourself be led too much by that, and allow yourself to sort of take their information, their experience away and let it digest before you actually act on this decision, whatever that may be, whatever area of life that may be. So just be careful. The decisions that are, the offerings that are there for you, not necessarily all of them are for your kind of best self. So just make sure that you are taking that time to let all the information sink in and then make an informed decision before you take any action in the month of April. from one water sign to another. We're going to Cancer next. And wow, Cancer, these are some really positive cards for you. Definitely feels like this is possibly a really lucky month for you in terms of your finances. But just remember that your luck isn't just luck. There's probably been an element of you working behind the scenes at certain things that now you're going to start to see a payoff. So a real change in fortune and a real kind of positive month for you in the financial realm in April. And also there's a possibility of some sort of new emotional connections and new emotional beginnings. Feels like that's a little bit separate from the other two cards. So this is the card that I'm getting the emotional connection from. Just feels like it's some sort of almost a byproduct of you being on a high of whatever this sort of good financial vibe is. So it's all good. Keep open to it. Make yourself kind of light and carefree. Whatever work you've been doing is definitely going to pay off in April. So our friends Taurus are up next. Taurus, things feel really scattered for you in April. I don't know what's going on if you're just thinking about any kind of birthday plans that might be coming up as we step into your season at the end of the month. But it just feels like you're really out of whack, really out of balance. It feels like you can't prioritise things. Things are just a little bit murky and chaotic for you. I think it's really important that you kind of take a step back and revisit some plans and try and find a little bit of balance to them. Definitely connecting this to your work-life balance as well. So similar to what I've said for another sign a little bit earlier in this video, things can't be all work and no play, and equally they can't be all play and no work. So it feels like you're, again, just getting that reminder to sort of tip yourself back in line, make sure that you're expending effort on different parts of your life equally. And hopefully that will help you with this kind of scattered thoughts, feelings of being unorganised and out of sync and all out of kilter. Hopefully that will help you kind of get past that energy in April if you can try and juggle your tasks a little bit better and manage your time a little bit better. Okay, next up we have Virgo. 3 cards reversed for Virgo, so there's a lot of internalising stuff going on for you in April. I've got the card the Ick, which is the 5 of Cups, or the 5 of Feels as it's called in this deck, showing reverse, which is telling me you're struggling this month to kind of get over some sort of emotional setback or some disappointing news, or some sort of disappointing emotional event, something that's basically left you feeling a little bit out of sorts and sad and down in the dumps. It feels like you're kind of struggling to shift that vibe this month, so just be careful that you're not slipping into like all doom and gloom. Remember that there are some positive things in life. Where I've also got the dumpster fire, which is the Tower reversed. This is just a little bit of a reminder to you to just let it go, stop holding on to this thing. Whatever it is, it clearly was not meant to work out the way that you were hoping for it to, so stop trying to force it, just let it be, let it fall, let it be over with and get on with things. And then I've got the Magician reversed, which is telling me you're actually forgetting your power in this situation, that perhaps you're perpetuating your own misery because you're just constantly focusing on it. But what you're focusing on is obviously creating your reality, so you're forgetting that actually you're sort of keeping this misery going. The reason that you're not getting over it or starting to feel any better, as harsh as it might sound, is because you're really holding on to it. So it feels like there's a lot of Virgo, you need to let go this month. Whatever things you feel been holding you back emotionally, it's time to just let it drop and try and wipe the slate clean and get on with things. So good luck. I hope that you do manage to do that. Okay, Gemini, you are up next, and again, great cards for you. We've got the Ace of Swag, which is your Ace of Pentacles, new gig. This is a new opportunity coming in, and that's echoed for you where I've got the Fool as well. This is quite a big opportunity, so don't overlook it and think that it's something small. Possibly connecting to your workplace, so you could be offered an interview for a new job, but in a completely different place, or you could be offered an interview or a new job position in your existing place of work that would be quite a unknown area for you. So might feel a little bit scary because you don't quite know what it's going to look like, but definitely is something positive. And just remember, it is an opportunity, so that doesn't mean you have to take it. If it doesn't feel right for you right now, it's very much up to you whether you follow that path or not. Right in the middle here, I've got the Two of Swag though, work-life balance. It feels like you might be juggling a little bit this month, so just be careful that you're not burning yourself out by trying to burn the candle at both ends. Make sure that you're making time for, you know, your life beyond work, and don't feel like for this new opportunity to come in that you need to be working constantly. That's not the case. You need to maintain a nice steady balance here. But overall, quite a positive month for you, Gemini, and remember, it's up to you whether you take this opportunity or not. Okay, my little rams, you guys are next. So for Aries, I'm seeing this lack of balance as well. I've had this for a couple of signs already. It feels like you're trying to kind of make different energies in your life work, and they're not quite merging, they're not quite mashing up. You might be just trying to do a little bit too much all at one time. I think it's really important that you try and find that balance again. You may also feel a little bit socially withdrawn as well, so just be careful that you're not kind of shutting yourself off from friends and family. Make sure that you're taking the time to kind of celebrate your small wins with them, and make sure that you're keeping connected with them as well. But equally, there's a call for you to sort of make sure that you're turning a little bit of attention and nurturing on yourself. You might be guilty of sort of expending all that energy on other people, and I guess maybe the balance here is about you doing both. It's about taking that time to, you know, make sure you're nurturing relationships with other people, but also knowing when it's time to withdraw and when it's time to then nurture that energy on yourself as well. We've got Aquarius next. Again, what an amazing message for an Aquarius, and 3 major cards as well, so this is some big themes coming out for you in April. The first little reminder for you, Aquarius, is you can do it. If it feels like things have been a real slog for you lately, just feel empowered that in April you will kind of tap into some sort of source of strength that will start to see you through. There's a possibility of some new beginnings sort of pushing through for you when you tap into that strength as well. So really, really positive energy actually surrounding you, and definitely lots of opportunities coming along, so long as you can kind of focus on yourself and remember your self-worth. And this Insta Famous card here is just a little reminder for you. The card is called the Sun, and it's just about not taking things so seriously, and reminding yourself to sort of connect with your inner child, have a little bit of fun this month. Everything shouldn't be all work and no play. So again, there's a little bit of a find a balance for you, Aquarius, but it feels like, you know, if you can definitely hone in some skills, tap into some inner strength, there's definitely some new opportunities and new beginnings for you in the horizon, and definitely lots of kind of fun and warmth around that as well. So watch out, it looks like a good month for you. So next up we have Libra, and Libra, again, I am loving these cards for you. There's a lot of power in this month for you, a lot of really, really fiery energy, and definitely a sign of some results coming along. So we've got the Emperor and we've got the Six of Vibes, which is a Six of Wands. Both of these are saying leadership, you taking charge of situations. Where we say taking charge, this isn't a solo effort, so this tells me that you have to lead some other people to believe in a kind of joint goal, but it's very much about you taking the reins on something and seeing it through to the finish line, and there is definitely some sort of financial result to come from that. Expect some recognition and reward this month for some of the hard work that you put in, and if you are someone that is working in an environment where you maybe have to lead a team, for example, it definitely looks like you're going to be leading that team to success in April. It is time for the greatest of all time, those goats, those Capricorns. I'm just a little bit biased because Capricorn is my sun sign. But Capricorn looks like a great month for you in terms of abundance. Let's face it, we are a very kind of materially orientated sign. Being an earth sign, we'd like to succeed and we like to feel the kind of the rewards connected to our success, and it certainly looks like we're going to be feeling that this month. So as a Capricorn, I'm glad to hear that, and I hope you are too. Oops, sorry, just bashed the microphone. Hope it didn't deafen you there. So yes, it feels like there's a lot of abundance around you, and this is about long-term security as well. It's not a kind of short-term feeling of abundance. This could be that you finally start to find yourself in a position where you can save for the future, for example, or it feels like you start to kind of put into place the foundations for some long-term financial or health or wealth related goals. There is a little bit of kind of decision and ruminating to be made, and it might feel like you've got kind of 2 paths that you can possibly follow this month. Just make sure that you kind of trust your gut and listen to your intuition on that. Don't sit on decisions for too long. It's probably just making it worse if you do kind of linger and keep going over it in your head. Listen to what your gut is telling you is the right option for you, and that will will definitely lead you in the right direction. But overall, April definitely looks very positive for the Caps. And last but absolutely no means least, we have Sagittarius, our little archers, our little fire signs. And look at all this fiery energy that's going on for you in the month of April. I am loving it. But I do feel like you are a little bit of at odds with yourself in April. There is definitely a kind of mixed sort of feeling of, can I do it, can I not do it? This is big. It feels like there's some really good opportunities for you to sort of step into the ring and really show off who you are and feel powerful and really tap into a lot of creative energy that's going on around you. But at the same time, it feels like you're sort of feeling like, I don't know if I can do this, like that kind of imposter syndrome, those feelings of self-doubt, not sure and if you've got what it takes to push it through to the end of the line. But the message is you definitely can. I love this card, it's hilarious. The King of Vibes, King of Wands, you've got it. The fire is in your belly, you can do it. So try, where you've got those feelings of self-doubt, just somehow try and tap into that your inner strength and try and silence your inner critic a little bit, because there's no space for it here. You are in your power and it is time for you to really step up and go for these things and enjoy all this fiery energy that's going on for you. Amazing month for Sagittarius if you can just silence that little niggly voice in your head. So there you go, that was your very quick guidance for the signs for the month of April. I do hope you enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy it, then please don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, if you feel up for it, if you've got some spare time, check out my website. As I say, you can find the decks that I've used in this video today there, and you'll also find a range of other different decks from creators around the world in stock. So that's tarotbypeachy.com. Details are in the description. And just remember this message, if it doesn't resonate for you, it is a collective message, so sometimes that means it won't click. The advice I always give is take what resonates and leave aside the rest. So don't sit there trying to squeeze it in somewhere in your life. Just let the message wash over you and let it be. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your April.